Now, melody. There are many different terms for musical melodies, depending on the type of the piece, the period, the composer, and so on. A melody might be called a tune, a theme, a motive, a subject, an idea, a statement. A tune is something that has its own sort of identity. A tune has something about it that kind of draws itself around itself. I don't know how to say it any better than that. For one thing, a rhythm, for instance, might be like, this is not a very interesting rhythm. But this has something more interesting about it. Here's another one. By the way, hey, let's play Name That Tune. What is this? What melody is this by the rhythm? You must know this.
Oh, Beethoven.
Now what's this? Huh?
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells, good girl. Oh, you an Altoid. What's this? What's this?
National anthem.
Huh?
National anthem?
No.
No. Okay.
That would be. What's this? Come on, what's this?
Silent Night?
Yeah.
Silent Night. That's two for Emily. Okay.
No, that
Was that
wasn't
only
me.
that
That was June. Yeah.
Well, you're an Altoid. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you here is that melody is not just pitch. Melody is a combination of pitch and rhythm in a kind of unit that creates its own little identity. Now, in fact, it's easier to tell it's easier for you to get a melody from me clapping the rhythm of it than it would be if I played just the pitches without any rhythm. Here, what melody is this? That's Silent Night, but you know, it's supposed to go. And when I do this, you can't tell it. So there's something magical about how pitches and rhythms go together to make a melody. All these terms mean the same thing, a combination of pitches and rhythms set in a pattern that has something consistently recognizable about it. A melody is the musical entity we remember, the part of a composition we walk down the street whistling, the structural component that most readily distinguishes one piece, one song from another. There's the joke. Never mind. I don't. Yeah, well, might as well. There are these two bass players. And they spent. They're playing in the opera orchestra, and in the opera orchestra. The stage is up here, and the orchestra is actually underneath the stage. So the bass players are way in the back of the stage. They can't, way back underneath. They can't hear what's going on. They can barely hear the rest of the orchestra, but they spend their whole time going boom, 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 boom. Have a cup of coffee. Boom, boom, boom. Over and over, all night they do this. They make their living doing this. And one night, one of the bass players says, I've got a night off coming. I get off tomorrow night. I think I'm going to go to the opera. So he's gone that night, and the next night he's back in the pit going boom, 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 boom. But he leans over to the other guy and says, you know what? There's a beautiful melody that goes along with this. Da 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 da. That's supposed to be funny. It's funny because that's one of the most famous melodies in history. Everybody knows it. Anybody not know the Toreador song? funny because a lot of musicians only hear their part. They never hear the rest of it. And of course, they miss out on the stuff. I mean, most people go down the street whistling, but the bass players go down the street going boom, 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 boom. So, anyway, yet as we shall see, serious music composers use melody as just one of a number of elements in their creation of large-scale musical forms. Musical forms whose structural complexity raises the melody from its source in the intuitive consciousness to a level of higher mental resonance, higher spiritual significance. Somebody remind me what this sentence has to do with the lecture I gave you on Tuesday. There's several tip-off terms here. Large scale. Intuitive consciousness. What do those two terms have to do? Sorry?
The left and right brain paradox?
Nice try. Obviously the intuitive consciousness is more of a right brain kind of thing. And what did I tell you about the right brain? What were we talking about all last Tuesday?
Doesn't the right brain have more of like a wide or look, and then the left brain like picks little things out more so?
Yeah, good. What did we talk about on Tuesday? We talked about notation on Tuesday. Now, what does that have to do with large-scale musical forms and intuitive consciousness? You can't remember the raga guy who gets up at 6 o'clock and does the raga to the sun for 3 hours? If his isn't notated, no matter how inspired it is, it's not going to be a large-scale musical form because it won't have the things that hold a large-scale musical form together. That we need notation for that. And of course, as I say, the raga guy may be playing from his right brain intuitively and inspiredly, but he won't be able to hold a big piece together. So, melody is really your most basic musical component. All music has melodies. Good music and bad music. That is to say, serious music and unserious music, or large-scale music and small-scale music. It all has melodies. The point is that as we get into serious music, we're going to discover that melody is really just, although it's the most basic and most important thing. I would never say that melody is not the most important thing. It is. It absolutely is. But there's more to music than just the melody. And that's what I hope to get across in this class. There's more to the music than just the melodies.